Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. REST API Design, Best Practices and Guidelines with Code Examples. This tutorial dives deep into the best practices and guidelines for designing RESTful APIs. We'll cover various aspects, from basic principles to advanced considerations, with practical code examples in Python, using Flask, to illustrate key concepts. What is a REST API? REST, representational state transfer, is an architectural style for designing networked applications. REST APIs leverage HTTP methods, get, post, put, delete, patch, to perform CRUD, create, read, update, delete, operations on resources identified by URLs. They are stateless, meaning each request contains all the information needed for processing. Key principles of REST *. 1. Client-server architecture * separation of concerns between the client, frontend, mobile app, and server, backend. Clients initiate requests, and servers respond with data. 2. Stateless * the server doesn't store any client context between requests. Each request contains all the necessary information. 3. Cacheable * responses should be cacheable by clients and intermediaries to improve performance. 4. Layered system * the client should not know whether it's directly connected to the end server or through intermediary layers, proxies, load balancers. 5. Uniform interface * a consistent and predictable interface is crucial for easy understanding and adoption. Key aspects of a uniform interface. Resource identification * using URLs to uniquely identify resources. Manipulation of resources * using standard HTTP methods, get, post, put, delete, patch, to interact with resources. Self-descriptive messages * using standard media types, example JSON, XML, to represent resources. Hypermedia as the engine of application state, HATIOs including links in responses to guide clients through the API. This is often considered an advanced topic and not always strictly adhered to, but it's a core tenet of REST. 6. Code on demand, optional. The server can optionally extend client functionality by transferring executable code, example JavaScript. Resource modeling and URL design. Focus on resources * think of your API in terms of resources, which are the core data entities you're exposing. Examples, users, products, orders. Use nouns, not verbs * URLs should represent resources, not actions. Use HTTP methods to indicate the action. Good * users, plural noun. Bad * get users, / delete user, verbs in URL. Use plural nouns * for consistency, use plural nouns for collections of resources. Good * users, / products. Less good * user, / product. Hierarchical structure, nested resources represent relationships between resources using nested URLs. *users / user _ID / posts, posts belonging to a specific user. *orders / order _ID / items, items in a specific order. Use hyphens, for readability. Use hyphens to separate words in URLs for better readability. */ product categories, instead of / product categories. Avoid trailing slashes * generally, avoid trailing slashes in URLs, unless they have a specific semantic meaning in your context. Code example, Flask. 2. HTTP methods. Use the correct HTTP methods to represent the desired actions on resources. Get retrieve a resource or a collection of resources. Safe and idempotent, doesn't modify the resource. Post create a new resource. Not idempotent, multiple identical requests may create multiple resources. Put replace an existing resource entirely. Idempotent, multiple identical requests result in the same resource state. Patch partially update an existing resource. Not idempotent, multiple identical requests might result in slightly different states. Delete a resource. Idempotent, deleting the same resource multiple times has the same effect as deleting it once. Code example, Flask, extending the previous example. 3. Status codes. Use appropriate HTTP status codes to indicate the outcome of a request. These codes provide valuable information to the client. 200 OK successful request. 201 created resource successfully created, usually after a post request. The response should ideally include a location header with the URL of the newly created resource. 204 no content successful request, but no content is returned, example after a successful delete. 301 moved permanently resource has moved to a new URL. The response should include the location header. 400 bad request the request was malformed or invalid, example missing required parameters. 401 unauthorized authentication is required, but the client is not authenticated. 403 forbidden the client is authenticated but does not have permission to access the resource. 404 not found the requested resource was not found. 405 method not allowed the requested HTTP method is not supported for the resource. 409 conflict the request could not be completed due to a conflict with the current state of the resource, example trying to create a user with an email that already exists. 500 internal server error a generic error occurred on the server. Avoid exposing sensitive error details to the client. 4. Data format, serialization. JSON, JavaScript object notation the most common and recommended format for data exchange in REST APIs. It's lightweight, human-readable, and widely supported. XML, extensible markup language a more verbose format than JSON, but still used in some legacy systems. Other formats you can also use other formats like CSV, protocol buffers, or even custom formats, but make sure the client and server agree on the format. Code example, Flask, all the previous examples use JSON. Flask, by default, handles serialization to JSON using JSON-IFA. You can customize the JSON encoding/decoding if needed, example for handling dates and times. Versioning. Versioning is essential for maintaining backward compatibility as your API evolves. URI versioning include the version number in the URL. *v1/users. *v2/users. Header versioning use a custom header, example accept version, v1, to specify the version. This approach is less common but can be useful in specific scenarios. Media type versioning use different media types for different versions, example application/vnd.example.user v1 plus JSON. This is a more advanced technique. Considerations URI versioning is generally the simplest and most widely adopted approach. Asterisk document your versioning strategy clearly. Asterisk deprecate older versions gracefully, providing a migration path for clients. Code example, Flask, URI versioning. 6. Authentication and authorization. Protect your API by implementing robust authentication and authorization mechanisms. Asterisk authentication asterisk verifying the identity of the client. Asterisk API keys asterisk simple but less secure. Suitable for internal APIs or APIs with low security requirements. Asterisk basic authentication asterisk sending username and password in the authorization header, base 64 encoded. Insecure over non-HTTPS connections. Asterisk OAuth 2.0 asterisk a widely used standard for delegated authorization. Allows users to grant access to their data to third-party applications without sharing their credentials. Asterisk JWT, JSON Web Tokens a compact and self-contained way to securely transmit information between parties as a JSON object. Often used for stateless authentication. Asterisk authorization asterisk determining what resources and actions a client is allowed to access. Asterisk role-based access control, RBAC assigning roles to users and granting permissions based on those roles. Asterisk attribute-based access control, ABAC using attributes of the user, resource, and environment to make authorization decisions. Code example, Flask, basic authentication. Important security considerations asterisk. Asterisk always use HTTPS asterisk encrypt all communication between the client and the server. Asterisk store passwords securely asterisk use hashing algorithms, example BCRYPT, with salt to store passwords. Asterisk validate input asterisk prevent injection attacks, example SQL injection, cross-site scripting. Asterisk rate limiting asterisk protect your API from abuse by limiting the number of requests a client can make in a given time period. Asterisk CORS, cross-origin resource sharing configure CORS headers to allow requests from specific origins. 7. Pagination. When dealing with large collections of resources, implement pagination to avoid overwhelming the client and improve performance. Asterisk limit and offset asterisk. Asterisk get/users, limit equals 10 and offset equals 20, retrieve 10 users, starting from the 21st user. Asterisk page number and page size asterisk. Asterisk get/users, page equals 3 and page underscore size equals 10, retrieve page 3, with 10 users per page. Asterisk cursor-based pagination asterisk use a cursor, opaque token, to track the position in the result set. This is often more efficient for large data sets. Include pagination links asterisk in the response, provide links to the next, previous, first, and last pages. This helps the client navigate the data. Hatios principle. Code example, Flask, limit and offset. 8. Hatios, hypermedia as the engine of application state. Hatios is a core principle of REST, but often overlooked. It involves including links in the API responses that guide the client through the available operations. Asterisk benefits asterisk. Asterisk decoupling, the client doesn't need to hardcode URLs. The server can change URLs without breaking clients. Asterisk discoverability, clients can discover available operations by following the links in the responses. Asterisk evolvability, the API can evolve over time without requiring clients to be updated. Asterisk example asterisk. 9. Error handling. Implement a consistent error handling strategy. Asterisk use appropriate status codes asterisk as discussed earlier, use the correct HTTP status codes to indicate the type of error. Asterisk provide informative error messages. Asterisk include a clear and concise error message in the response body. Avoid exposing sensitive internal error details. Asterisk consistent error format. Asterisk define a consistent format for error responses. Code example, Flask, centralized error handling. X documentation. Document your API thoroughly using a standard like asterisk Open API, Swagger, a widely used specification for describing REST APIs. It allows you to generate documentation, client SDKs, and server stubs. Asterisk RAML, RESTful API modeling language, another popular API description language. Benefits of API documentation. Asterisk makes it easy for developers to understand and use your API. Asterisk reduces support requests. Asterisk helps to ensure consistency and quality. 11. Rate limiting. Protect your API from abuse, example denial of service attacks, by implementing rate limiting. Asterisk implement a mechanism to track the number of requests from each client, example using IP addresses or API keys. Asterisk define rate limits, example 100 requests per minute. Asterisk return A429 too many requests. Status code when a client exceeds the rate limit. Include a retry after header to indicate when the client can retry. 12. Performance optimization. Asterisk caching. Asterisk use caching to reduce the load on your servers. Cache frequently accessed data in memory or in a distributed cache, example Redis, MEMC8. Asterisk compression. Asterisk use zip compression to reduce the size of responses. Asterisk minimize network round trips. Asterisk reduce the number of requests required to perform a task. Asterisk database optimization. Asterisk optimize your database queries and schema. Asterisk asynchronous processing. Asterisk use asynchronous tasks for long-running operations. 13. Monitoring and logging. Asterisk implement logging to track API usage and errors. Asterisk monitor key metrics such as response time, error rate, and request volume. Asterisk use monitoring tools to identify and resolve performance bottlenecks. 14. General guidelines. Asterisk keep it simple. Asterisk strive for simplicity and clarity in your API design. Asterisk be consistent. Asterisk maintain consistency in URL structure, data formats, and error handling. Asterisk design for scalability. Asterisk consider how your API will scale as your application grows. Asterisk test thoroughly. Asterisk write unit tests, integration tests, and end-to-end tests to ensure that your API is working correctly. Asterisk use a code style guide. Asterisk adhere to a consistent code style guide, example PEP 8 for Python, to improve readability. Complete example, integrating multiple concepts, Flask. Key improvements in this complete example. Asterisk authentication, implements basic authentication using a decorator. Asterisk custom error handling, uses a centralized error handling system with a custom API error exception. Asterisk UUIDs, uses UUIDs for product IDs instead of sequential integers, improving uniqueness and scalability. Asterisk rate limiting. Asterisk a rudimentary rate limiting mechanism based on IP addresses. Asterisk important. Asterisk this is not production ready. You'd need to use a more robust solution, example Redis, MEMC8, and potentially an API gateway. Also, IP-based rate limiting is not ideal. IPs can change, and multiple users can share an IP. API keys or user-based limits are preferred. Asterisk hatios. Asterisk adds underscore links to the response for get/products/product_ID. This tutorial provides a comprehensive overview of REST API design best practices and guidelines. Remember to tailor these principles to your specific requirements and context. Continuous learning and adaptation are crucial for building robust and successful APIs.